Cheap Ass Statue Collector here, and today we are going to check out a really cool piece because Superman vs. Batman movie is coming out, so what better way to celebrate that than do a review of the Superman vs. Batman diorama statue. I know there's been a lot of statues out there already, a lot of statue reviews of this piece, and I wanted to go ahead and do it anyways, just because this is a more recent version of the statue that's been released. It's a later version, I got it within the last year or so, and because, you know, majority of us that are doing these reviews do it so we can play with our toys. Yeah, we do it for ourselves. But without further ado, let's go ahead and grade it. Let's go ahead and do this. So I'm going to give the pose an A+ because it is extremely dynamic. There's a lot of things going on there, a lot of pieces. There's a whole story that's going on right here. So this is Batman versus Superman, The Dark Knight Rises statue. Batman's a little bit older, a lot older. He's a little bit beaten down. He's kind of in his, you know, he's an old man. He's not the Batman he used to be. So he's in his bat suit, fighting Superman. And you see this cable right here, it's hooked up to his bat belt, and it's basically these little cables hooked up to a light post and draining the city's power to fight Superman. And this is his beat down bat tank, if you will. And inside it is actually Robin with her little pea shooter shooting out. So there's a lot of pieces on this statue. There's a lot of things going on. It's very dynamic. The capes are awesome. They're sculpted really nicely. So the pose itself and the way the characters are set up, it tells a really good story of the battle between the two guys. So it gets an A+. So the second thing we want to look at is the paint. And the paint gets a D because, at least this later version, the quality control is completely not there. It's pretty garbage. Just looking at it, you're gonna see sloppiness in the paint details. And the rocks on the track right here, they're painted halfway black and gray. Superman's shoes, he has white soles. The white paint has gone up above on the heel, on his shoes. On his arms, where the sleeves meet, the paint goes further on some parts and it doesn't come down as much as it should in some parts as well over here. And then on his thumb right here, there is a paint drop, a paint drip. Yeah, so they really did a cheap, shitty job on this piece. And I don't know if the later versions are like this or the earlier versions are not. If they paid more money for people to paint this better, but it's pretty shitty. The way they did this, it's really sloppy. The colors themselves and everything, it matches the comic book, so it would have got a good grade if the quality control was better. But it's pretty garbage. I'm not too happy with it, with the way that how the flaws are. There's so many flaws, and you know, with everything becoming out more popular and more popular, they wanted to mass produce these things. You could get these now at Big Bad Toy Store, so they're pumping these things out. So let's talk about the sculpt detail. The sculpt detail gets an A because Superman, the way he's sculpted, and Batman is molded, they look like they're straight from the comic book. Excuse me. So if you look at Batman's cape, it's withered, it's torn apart, it's got all the little details and cracks in it, where Superman's is nice and smooth. The details within Batman's suit is very, very nice. Just like Superman's suit, there's a lot of little details to make it look like they came right out of the comic book. So let's talk about the price. The price gets an A just because for a diorama, that's this size. You can get it for a pretty good price. $250 is the MSRP price. Like I said, you can get this on Big Bad Toy Store, eBay. eBay, you might get it for a little bit cheaper too. But my biggest complaint with this is the paint quality, and that doesn't necessarily mean I hate the piece. I really like the piece, but it's not the best quality piece for the paint, at least. This is the comic book that I pose it with, Batman Superman number 21 Truth. It's just their new outfits, and it's Batman looking down at Superman. They look like they're about to get into a brawl. Superman is in, or Batman, it's actually not Batman, it's Jim Gordon, but he's in his little outfit. So thought it went nice with this piece. In the overview, I'll do a lot more close-ups, and you'll be able to check this thing out in detail. But that was the grade in the review. Hope you guys stay to watch the overview, and I hope you appreciated the video. Thanks. Peace.